Hi, so I just finished recording the Monday's video that you probably seen recently. And this is for so obviously that's why I still have VHS stuff up in that. This was just because I didn't like how I was explaining the opening to the Blu-ray haul, so I'm gonna do it really quick and we'll get into the Blu-ray haul. What you're seeing is not the entire Blu-ray collection. I have some movies stuff separated from the main collection, like a video game movie adaptation collection, my anime collection, my shitty movie collection that's just DVDs, and then I have a slew of movies in my closet that are just DVDs that I've upgraded or don't have room to put out here, as well as a VHS collection. So I just wanted to ask you guys, if you guys want to see those, I am planning on recording the video game collection and the anime collection, and maybe the shitty movie collection for later videos. But if you guys want to see stuff like the VHS collection, the DVD collection, and that video game collection, comment below. But let's dive into it. Also, just an explanation, this corner is going to be the total collection, and then the corner down here is which movies or that I have not seen. So anyways, without further ado, here is the Blu-ray collection tour. Starting off, we have this cool Blu-ray set for Stranger Things Season 1. And I have it facing out like this on the shelf. You can't really see, but it faces out. So instead of it spine, it's faced out. I do that because it looks cool, the artwork is cool. It's supposed to look like a VHS. With like a classic VHS slipcover. Could I save room if I just spun it around? Yeah, but when we built this shelf, it was built with that Stranger Things in mind, and this one is based off of this one, but this is bigger. Or this space is bigger, because I think I was gonna put like a Goku statue that I have in here or something like that. But yeah, continuing on, we have Avatar and Legend of Korra complete shows. And then to continue, as a goal of mine, I like to get shows when they're like season wise. I prefer to get them split up instead of like each season split up instead of a complete series, unless it's something that I really enjoyed. Like I'm planning on getting not only all those seasons of Lucifer on Blu-ray separate, but also that complete series set. But sometimes though, I wish I didn't feel like that, because these are all Big Bang Theory and I still haven't even completed it. So we got season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I think there's 12 if I recall. And then the final Blu-ray for that shelf, but not the final TV show, is the singular release of Doctor Who: The Day of the Doctor. This is Matt Smith's final episode in Doctor Who. Yeah, I bought this for the first Christmas special, A Very Merry Christmas Time, but I didn't cover it, as well as the next one that we're about to talk about. But also, I did buy that too for the Christmas special. Alright, continuing on with Doctor Who, I do have Peter Capaldi's first Christmas special, Last Christmas. I am starting to realize that when I finally actually pull the trigger on like buying the Blu-rays of Doctor Who, that I'm going to be buying duplicates basically of certain episodes. But that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Next up, we have the main seasons of The Flash that I really care about. This was when I was watching it when it was airing on TV. Seasons 1, 2, 3, Season 2 being my favorite. Season 3 I think is my second favorite, but I prefer Thawne over Savitar. It's weird. I might buy the rest of them just to complete it, because I am a completionist when it comes to this. It's weird, I'm like a picky completionist. I will wait long periods to complete it, but I also bought this one as a recent purchase, Smiling Friends Season 1. I've seen it, rewatched it with Josh recently, started rewatching it again, and Josh had actually bought Season 1, and that's what we were rewatching it with. I was rewatching it on Max, and I'm starting something now where I'm going to watch a TV show complete, buy the physical. So the current one I'm working on right now is the original Scooby-Doo Where Are You? And then I think after that I'm going to finish Sandman. Another one though that I've started to collect because I know I'm going to enjoy, I've been enjoying it even though I watched the same 3 episodes twice now. But me and Kai are planning on watching it. We even got these necklaces from it, which is Supernatural. And I only got the first 4 seasons in that. So, there's that. So, I have 4 seasons of it so far, and we barely made a dent in all of Supernatural. But I will say, I can see the hype, and it makes me very confused as to how they went from a show about just hunting monsters to angels, demons, God, Lucifer, Fate of the World stuff. On the final TV show thing, I have Shark Week 30 years of jaw-dropping discovery. This is for Shark Week's 30th anniversary. I enjoy Shark Week, so I don't mind having just random Shark Week stuff. Next up we have Steelbooks. Now these are the Steelbooks that I don't have regular copies of yet to go on these shelves so that I could watch them, so I keep them on this shelf before I'm gonna move them to that shelf. I forgot I finished my tea. Or, not shelf, wall. We have all 3 Lord of the Rings trilogies on all 3 of the Lord of the Rings films on Steelbook. All my Steelbooks are also in protective cases too, by the way. We have Man of Steel, The Matrix, the Shrek 4K Steelbook, and then this is the Steelbook that I don't know which side I'm gonna face out because I have the back. There's the back that I really want to put out, but it's not the actual art. It's Revenge of the Sith Steelbook. Cause look at the back. That's the artwork I think of for Revenge of the Sith, not just General Grievous. And like I said, I have a lot more Steelbooks. I have not only Steelbook wall. I have a bunch of Star Wars Jurassic Park Steelbooks on my Jurassic Park shelf, and that I also have Avengers Endgame Steelbook over there. You know, I've got quite a bit of Steelbooks, but you know, these are the ones, like I said, no secondary copies. 4Ks. Now that's what most of the shelf is. I think all the way down to out of frame. This is like this last shelf in frame of 4Ks, and we only have 3 that finish off this shelf, and that is 8 Mile, 65, and A Quiet Place Part 1. Continuing the 4Ks, we have A Quiet Place Part 2, which I have yet to watch, but I don't know any spoilers of it yet, and I'm keeping it that way. And that's because I haven't watched it with my mom. Me and my mom watched the first one together, and we just haven't set up a time to watch the second one. We were planning on seeing it in theaters, but we ended up not because of COVID, and then she was a little worried about COVID and theaters and that. And then I bought it on physical, and you know, we just got Plan a Day to watch it together. Alita Battle Angel, and then I have the 2 Avatar movies on 4K. You know, what was shocking to me was the fact that James Cameron cares so much about how people view his movies that the first Avatar just got a 4K last year. But then again, he did insist that if Avatar Way of Water was getting a physical, it would be there has to be a 3D Blu-ray. We have Avengers Endgame, Barbie, The Batman, and Batman Year One. We have the movie that you can clearly tell they had faith in because it used to be called Birds of Prey, and now it's called Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Black Adam. I didn't mind Black Adam when I watched it. Nah, I'm not gonna like gravitate to this film to watch it again. Like oh man, I feel like watching a movie. What movie should I watch? Black Adam. That's not gonna happen. But if someone was like, oh, you got Black Adam, can we check it out? Like, yeah, we can. Fuck you, Black Adam. Continuing with superhero movies, I have the entire Captain America trilogy on 4K. Apparently, this one with the slip costs a lot of money, and I'm quite proud of that. We have Captain Marvel. This took me so long to upgrade that because, you know, hearing about how bad the movie is, and also the fact that I was waiting to find it at a cheap price. And I have Catwoman Hunted. Then we have The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. I hope the first 2 Conjuring movies also get 4Ks, but so far they only have Blu-rays. Constantine, City of Demons, Die Hard, Everything Everywhere All at Once, the Walmart version with all the googly eyes, Ex Machina, The Flash movie, 2014 Godzilla, Hacksaw Ridge, and the first Halloween movie from the 70s. If you made it this far, in the comment section below, type werewolves. It'll make sense in a few seconds, but also hydration. And here's how it makes sense. Next movie is The Howling. If you were around in 2022, I'm pretty sure it was, I was searching for this movie for a while, found its empty spot at Best Buy in one Blu-ray hunting video, and I finally found it. We have How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which I didn't watch this Christmas. I tried watching it while helping my friend Kai decorate his Christmas tree, but no streaming service had it that we had available, and I didn't have my PlayStation and physical copy to watch it. We have the Injustice movie, the anime movie. Joker is one of those movies where I want to check it out, but because everyone's hyped it up so much, I'm like, well, it sounds like I might not like it then, if you're gonna hype it up so much. Which I don't care if people didn't like the fact that I didn't like it, if I watched it and didn't like it, but like also, I don't know, weird. It's a weird feeling, I don't know. And then we have John Wick 2, 3 Parabellum, and John Wick 4. I'm trying to find John Wick 1, but I have yet to buy it. We have Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, this is the first ever 4K I ever bought, and Dominion. I actually didn't mind Dominion. I thought it was really good. Unlike most people, that you will not hear this come out of any other Jurassic Park fan's mouth, or at least it feels like it. I really liked the Lotus subplot of this film. It was really good. And also, I don't understand the argument of there's not as many dinosaurs. This has, on record, the most dinosaurs in all of the movies. Not if you combine the other ones, I think, but just in general, it has the most amount of different dinosaurs than the other movies. Then we have Justice League and Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I haven't watched either of them because A, this is referred to as dog shit. B, this one's 4 hours long, and C, I think, hot take, the reason people like this one so much is because if you give someone dog shit, then you give someone that's not something that's not as dog shit. Clearly, this is gonna feel like it's a masterpiece compared to the dog shit, and I feel like this is that case, and a lot of people are probably pissed off now. Guess what? I don't care. Now, you wanna know what I do care about? What would Zack Snyder do if he had to make a theatrical version of that film? I want the Snyder theatrical cut. Make that a hashtag, huh? We have Justice Society World War II, the live action Lion King. I have this for plans, also I got it cheap. We have The Lost City. I watched this in the break room at work. Moonfall, Morbius. New acquisition is the 4K of Nightmare Before Christmas. Nobody, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Oppenheimer, so I can do my own Barbieheimer. Prince of Egypt, a very underrated Dreamworks movie that should be watched every Easter, no matter what religion you celebrate. My bad. No matter what religion you follow, you should watch this movie. And that it's such a good movie in terms of storytelling, art, or visuals, or artwork and visuals, art design, animation, music, and that. And then the final one for the shelf is Pulp Fiction. Continuing on with the 4Ks, we have Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, Raya and the Last Dragon, Reservoir Dogs, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Scream. Now I'm putting Scream in the not seen, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it because I know all the twists in that and the plot of Scream, but I don't remember when I watched it, which implies that I must have been too young to have been watching Scream. And by too young, I mean probably not old enough that, or I shouldn't have probably been watching a horror movie. Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. Sisu! Oh, that was bad. Sisu! It's basically if John Wick was in World War II. We have Far From Home and No Way Home. Alright, Star Wars. I have almost the entirety of the Skywalker saga on 4K. I say almost entirely because you will see what I mean. We have Phantom Menace, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. I don't have Attack of the Clones because I haven't bought it yet. I haven't found it in real life. I've been trying to find it in real life, but I can't. So I'm probably going to order it off of eBay or Amazon. Next up we have Top Gun Maverick, Toy Story 4, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, Van Helsing, underrated film, the second 4K I've ever bought, and I highly recommend you watch it. It's got Hugh Jackman as the legendary vampire hunter. Watch it. And probably one of my favorite Pixar films, WALL-E. Alright, wrapping up the 4Ks, we have Wayne's World and Wonder Woman 1984. I always want to say Wonder Woman 1989 because of Batman 1989, which I feel like is an insult towards Batman 1989, but it's mainly because 1989 runs off the tongue better than 1984. Now we have the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or the MCU. We have Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, the first Avengers movie, Iron Man 3, Age of Ultron, Doctor Strange, the only MCU movie I saw in theaters, Spider-Man Homecoming, Avengers Infinity War, and Black Widow. I have other Marvel properties like the Raimi trilogy and the Web duality. We have Logan, Once Upon a Deadpool, Venom, and The Wolverine. My favorite Hugh Jackman Wolverine movie until I finally watched Logan. But Logan also falls under the same thing as Joker, so don't get your hopes up high that I'll watch it anytime soon. Now we're on to my DC films, or at least most of my DC films. We have Batman 1989, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, Justice League Dark Apocalypse, and Wonder Woman. And to finish up DC, we have Aquaman and The Losers. Alright. Now we're on to the Disney movies that I own, which we have The Aristocats, The Atlantis Lost Empire, and Atlantis Mile of Return. I've seen Lost Empire is probably one of my favorite Disney movies. I have my favorite Disney movie coming up next, though. I've only seen Milo's Return once, and the only thing I can remember from Milo's Return is Kida in, for the time period, modern clothing, and they hunt cryptids. My favorite movie of Disney's is Disney's Dinosaur. Another favorite movie of mine is Disney's Hercules. Home on the Range, The Incredibles. Hot take, I think Incredibles is alright. It's a good movie. I don't see it as a masterpiece, and in my opinion, the second one ruins the ending of the first one, because at least the first one's ending makes you feel like that superheroes are allowed to be back, and then the second movie starts and they're still not allowed to be superheroes legally. We have Lion King, Toy Story 2, or Toy Story, and Toy Story 2. Now we have the Nic Cage section, starting with 211, Bangkok Dangerous, Color Out of Space, Drive Angry, Outcast, or it's Nicolas Cage starring alongside Hayden Christensen, Pig, Prisoners of the Ghostland, Renfield, and Willy's Wonderland. Now we have the remainder of my Star Wars stuff. So we have the prequel trilogy, which is how I still watch Attack of the Clones, even though I don't have the 4K. Then we have Rogue One. We have the original trilogy. And we have all three of the Family Guy Star Wars movies, which are classics. I watched them so much as a kid. Someone just threw out this perfectly good couch. You know what? I'm taking this. I'm taking this couch. We're now in the bookshelf that's away from here. That's not this one. I have my movies spread out quite a bit, and they are actually overflowing on that bookshelf now. So I'm gonna have to start cutting down on movies, maybe figuring out movies I don't need, or movies that I bought for videos that I don't need on that shelf, which would also put for this. Anyways, Next up, we're on to the Dreamworks section. So we have Abominable, The Croods, all three How to Train Your Dragon movies. I don't know how I feel about the live action. It doesn't seem like it's been that long since the first one. But then again, the first one is about 10 years, if not more than 10 years old. But again, that also feels way too early for a live action. Since, you know, Disney's been doing live action adaptations of their movies, but those movies are from the Disney Renaissance era. Again, I don't know how I feel about it. We have the first two Kung Fu Panda movies. I didn't really care for the third one. I do want to see the fourth one that's coming out. Monsters vs. Aliens. I watched this in theaters when it came out with my grandfather and my brother in a theater that no longer is a movie theater. Rise of the Guardians. Underrated. Deserves a sequel. Shark Tale, nostalgic for me. I know someone that I need to show that to. Spirit Untamed, and Trolls. Now that the movies are out of frame again, we'll hydrate. Trying to think of something. If you've made it this far, put frogs in the comment section below. We're gonna do fears. Or my own personal fears, since, you know, start werewolves, even though that led into a werewolf movie. And now we're gonna do frogs, because I'm afraid of frogs and toads. But we're gonna start with the numbers now. Starting off with 4 Christmases, The 10th Kingdom, 21 Bridges, 50 First Dates. Now we're on to A's, A Charlie Brown Christmas, A Million Ways to Die in the West, Angels and Demons, and Anthem of a Teenage Prophet. Now we're on B's, we have Becky, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, Bill and Ted Face the Music, Blade Runner 2049. I've not seen Blade Runner or this one. Bohemian Rhapsody. Funny story, I always tell this story, so I don't know why I need to tell it again. But for those of you that haven't watched the previous ones, I'll tell it. I bought this movie from the Walmart that I work at now, but I wasn't working there at the time. I bought this. It was in one of those security cases that, you know, Walmart has, where you walk out the door and it'll trigger an alarm and that. I bought it, drove home, which was like a good chunk of time, and that, not like super long, but, you know, long enough where having to go back to the store to then go home would be annoying, and that, because that's exactly what happened. Because when I got home, I pulled it out of the bag, and this was still in the security case, and that it was not removed from the security case, which then made me realize that I did hear the alarm go off when I walked out, but the alarm for the security cases passing the threshold of the door goes doo 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 doo, and then doesn't do anything, and no one came and was like, hey, stop quick. So I went all the way back to the store, walked in through the doors that were near customer service, looked at the greeter as the alarm, or I guess it's not even an alarm, it's a charm, like a little charm goes off. And I walked directly to the customer service. I went, hey, I bought this movie, here's the receipt. I just bought this movie like 40 minutes ago now. 40 minutes to an hour, I guess. And it was still in the case when I got back to my house and took it out of the bag. They were like, I'm surprised. They were like, we're surprised that you even got out of the building. And I was like, imagine that. Maybe if it wasn't like a ringtone sound and that. So yeah, I also went back there because I didn't know if like those security cases had like some sort of like GPS or that, which I'm pretty sure they don't, but like, you know, I didn't feel like breaking it open. And then we have Born Identity, Born Supremacy, Born Ultimatum, Born Legacy, the worst one in my opinion. And then we have this digibook of Jason Bourne. Then we have Breakfast at Tiffany's, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie that they made before the TV show, which I did research because my favorite character is Angel, who shows up in, I think it's called episode 5. I think it's named episode 5. Angel. I think it's episode 5 called Angel, and that I went to go see if Angel is in the movie, and he's not. So kind of makes me want to watch it less, but I will watch it. And we have Bumblebee. All right, next up is the C's. We have Catch Me If You Can. I watched this in personal finance class. Chaos Walking. City Slickers. The original 1981 version of Clash of Titans. And then my favorite version of it, the 2010 Clash of Titans. And then we got Contagion. I watched this in high school in health class. Constantine with Keanu Reeves. If the rumors are true that a second one is being made, I will check it out. Even though I haven't watched this one. This one does look interesting from what I've seen. Then we got Coraline. And then to round out that shelf, we have the D's, which is starting off with Dark Crimes, one of the lowest rated movies on Rotten Tomatoes, starring Jim Carrey. Dodgeball. If you could dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Dragon War D-Wars. That one is very nostalgic because me and my friend Sophie at the time were having a sleepover, and this was back in the era of renting movies from rental stores. So we went to the local movie gallery, which no longer exists, sadly, in that town. But we went there, saw a movie titled Dragon Wars, went, yeah, grabbed it, put it in, I think had it on loop, just screaming our heads off, rooting for the dragons. And then we go like, what? And we were like Fred and George from the fourth Harry Potter movie, where they're like, yeah, well done, dragon! And yeah, so I need to get to California, because she lives there now. And either she comes to Wisconsin, or I go to California, and I'm bringing that movie, and we need to watch it. And shockingly, I didn't know this had a Blu-ray. Oh god, the camera's dying. I need to finish. I have 2 more shelves. We have Driblet Taylor, which gave me a unrealistic expectation in high school. And then we have The Duff, where Mae Whitman realizes that she is the designated ugly fat friend. Which just sounds mean. Alright, now we're on to the E's with Earth Girls Are Easy, 8th Grade by Bo Burnham, and E.T. the Extraterrestrial. On to F's, we have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald, Finding Neverland, Fire Breather. Love this movie. Fred Claus. G's, we have Gemini Man, Gifted, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl in the Spider's Web, Godzilla King of the Monsters, The Greatest Showman, The Grinch, the most recent one, Grown Ups 1. Wasn't a big fan of Grown Ups 2, but I will check out Grown Ups 3, because I really loved the first Grown Ups. Alright, H's, we have Harry Potter, the complete 8-film collection, and a movie theater near me is playing the movies in theaters, so I just went with Kai to see Sorcerer's Stone. As you can see, the day we went, January 17th, at 6 p.m. We left there at 9. We have the 2019 Hellboy, Hook. I watched this for the first time at my uncle Yo's in his living room when it came on TV, I think, or he put in his VHS copy for all of us to watch, for all of us kids, while there was like a family reunion sort of thing going on, a little bit after my parents separated. Horns, Hotel Artemis, and the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas animation. And I also have all 4 Hunger Games movies, and I gotta get that new one, even though I haven't watched 2, 3, or 4. I've only seen the first one. The first one had what I called the Narnia effect. The Narnia effect is when I watched Narnia for the first time. It felt like the movie was going for 6 hours, and it was only 2.5 hours. Alright, Eyes, we have Ice Age, I Am Legend, Immortals, Inception, and In Time. Oh, also Independence Day, and Independence Day Resurgence, Iron Giant. J's, we have Jay and Silent Bob reboot, The Judge, Jumper. I like this movie a lot. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Did not expect this to be good. And then we have Lost World, Jurassic Park, and Jurassic Park 3. Those are the only ones that I need to get 4Ks of still. I need to make Kai watch those. I love them so much, and he doesn't remember which ones he's seen and that. We have Kevin Hart, I'm a Grown Little Man, my favorite special by him. We have The Kid and Killing Season. I just remembered that I forgot that I had a cord that I could charge the camera while recording. So don't have to worry about it. So we might be able to slow down a bit. We made this far in almost the last bit. We also have a horror movie section to go through. Comment insanity, because a weird fear of mine is like something unbelievable happening that no one believes me happen and accuse me of it, and they deem me insane and send me to a mental hospital. Very specific circumstances, but it's those kind of movies like Unsane and that really terrify me. Or like Unsane, I heard the the most recent adaptation of The Invisible Man had a sequence like that. It had a sequence in that movie and stuff like that. The whole God Johnson episode of Lucifer kind of puts me on edge. Let's continue on with L's. We have Last Night in Soho, The Legend of Tarzan, The Lighthouse, The Little Things. Continuing into M's, we have Maggie, Man on a Ledge, The Martian, The Meg, Men, and we have Men in Black 1 and Men in Black 2. Those are the ones I care about. And we got, with N's, we got Noah, and that's it. O's, we have Office Space. This is one of those with when Deadpool 2 came out. Deadpool, they had these custom little slip covers, and that is clearly, obviously, you just have Deadpool kind of filling in. 1 Hour Photo, I watched this in college, and this was the most unnerving role I've ever seen Robin Williams do. You get genuinely scared of Robin Williams in this movie, what his character becomes by the end of the movie and that. We got Paper Towns. I haven't watched this. I read the book in high school in class, and it pissed me off because I would be reading it, I'd be like, oh my god, there's all these scenes and sequences that I was picturing and like started actually like borderline storyboarding. Like I wanted to adapt Paper Towns into a movie and that, and then literally 2 weeks after I was like starting to like picture the sequences and that, and like how I would block out the scenes and that. My English teacher then told us that they had just announced that they were working on a film adaptation of Paper Towns, and that's when I went, where's the microphone? Where's the camera? Who knew exactly what I was thinking? And then also that same year I drew up a comic for JustinTime when he used to be a speedster, and he was saving students from a bomb in a school. He was like basically running in and out, pulling out each student, and then that, lo and behold, X-Men Apocalypse had Quicksilver do that. I went, oh my god, who's watching over my shoulder? Not saying, both those could have been coincidence, but also, where's my check? For legal reasons, that was a joke. We have Parasite, The Patriot. We have the Percy Jackson movie that I got for $5 apparently. I really enjoy this movie. Kai won't give it a chance. He loves the Percy Jackson series and that, like the books and stuff like that. We're gonna binge the TV show when it comes out fully. After the final episode airs this week, I'm pretty sure is the final episode. I think it's 8 episodes, but I think sometime in February we're gonna be watching it. There's that. I don't remember specifically when, but we are gonna binge the whole show. And then we have the second movie, which I don't care for. I bought it because it was cheap. I never read the Percy Jackson books when I watched these movies, and I loved this one and that, and was shocked that it was nothing like the book. And then I watched this one, and I went, this one kind of sucks. This one, to me, sucked. How I feel about this one is how Percy Jackson fans feel about both of these. But Percy Jackson fans also feel the same way as I feel for the Last Airbender movie. Then we have Mr. Popper's Penguins, very sun-bleached, and that, like faded. Then we have Push. Now we're into R's. We have Rambo, Ready Player One, Robin Hood, Robots. Did not know that a comedic duo a great comedic duo was Ewan McGregor and Robin Williams as Rodney Copperbottom and Fender. Rogue, which just seemed like a funny concept for a movie. Let me read the back. Megan Fox, Transformers franchise, tackles a thrilling new role as a battle-hardened mercenary in this explosive action saga. As team leader O'Hara, she leads a lively squad of soldiers on a daring mission, rescue hostages from their captors in remote Africa. But as the mission goes awry and the team is stranded, O'Hare's squad must face a bloody, brutal encounter with a gang of rebels and a horde of ravenous, enraged lions they encounter. We have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which I also didn't watch this year, surprisingly. We have Salt, which I saw in the break room. Zoinks! It's Scooby-Doo, the first live-action one. Then we have The Shack. I bought this because it's I think it's a movie about Christianity in that. But the reason I bought it was A, Sam Worthington, and B, I think it's got a version of Skillet's Stars. I'm pretty sure. Let me look into that. Because they did an acoustic version of Stars, and it had imagery from Shack, or from The Shack. Yeah, Skillet Stars acoustic, the Shack version. They're just chilling in a shack. It also kind of interests me from that. Next up we have Shadow in the Clouds, which I don't understand what it's about. There's like creatures in that they fight. We have The Social Network, the movie about the creation of Facebook, and the Spiderwick Chronicles. Alright, now we're on T's. We have Takers, which has Chris Brown, Hayden Christensen, Idris Elba, and Paul Walker. I mainly bought it for Hayden Christensen, if you didn't know. Then we have The Terminator, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Terminator Genesis. Should probably go in the shitty movie collection. This Is the End, Titanic, my favorite Christmas movie, Tom and Jerry and Nutcracker Tale, which I also didn't watch this year. What the fuck? What was wrong with me? A Tombstone, Twister, Uncut Gems, The Waterboy. That's some high quality H2O. The Wedding Singer. Oh, somebody kill me, please. The Whale. Wrath of the Titans, the sequel to Clash of the Titans, which I actually enjoy. And I wish we had Revenge of the Titans, which was the planned third movie in the trilogy that we never got. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and Wild Hogs. I really loved this movie as a kid. We're finishing up with the horror movie section. I keep my horror movies separate from my regular movies just because even though I'm a big pussy baby and I haven't watched really any of these horror movies, I am a fan of the horror genre. In fact, if I'm not writing JustinTime, I find myself writing horror, and JustinTime has become a supernatural horror sort of feeling show. Or as Jacob put it, it's shonen Doctor Who. And the team, but now I'm adding the fact that the team are almost, or that the whole team in Just Time is like Winchesters. What does this have to do with Blu-ray? Nothing. I'm just rambling, because it's almost 2 p.m. and I work night shift, and I work tonight. But it's in no particular order, and if you made it this far, type in Annabelle, because we're not going with one of my fears, we're going with one of Kai's fears. My friend Kai, who I've been talking about quite a bit this video. He was forced to watch all 3 Annabelle movies. And to be fair, I found out the third one has both of our fears. It has Annabelle and a werewolf. Why is there a werewolf? Beats me. But it's actually like the Black Shuck, I think is what it's called. Shuck. But it's basically a werewolf in that movie. So yeah, type in Annabelle if you made it this far in the video. We're almost done. So starting off, we have The Wolf of Snow Hollow, the 2010 Wolfman movie with Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins. The Woman in Black, one of Daniel Radcliffe's first roles after finishing the Harry Potter franchise. By the way, these aren't in alphabetical order because they sit on top of the rest of the Blu-rays, which I hate, but gotta make do with the room. At Studio 666, Split, Predator, Psycho, and The Shining. The Thing, the number 23. I bought this to cover when I turned 23 in 2022, but then I never filmed that video. But I do have images for the thumbnail and the thumbnail, which I might still make a video on, just it won't be for my 23rd birthday, because you only have one of those. Unless I make it to 123, which, by God, I feel like I would have been on the planet too long if I made it to 123. The 2018 Halloween movie, It Comes at Night, Jaws. I watched this finally during the summer on 4th of July. It is spooky. I did not want to swim after I watched that, and I live in Wisconsin, which is basically, if you're looking at it ocean-wise, landlocked. It's got two of the Great Lakes, so it's not landlocked. I'm tired, so I can't remember if Wisconsin's considered landlocked, but either way, bull sharks, however, could make it to Wisconsin. Again, I don't know what this has to do with Blu-rays. I'm tired. Get Out, Mother, Dracula Untold. I want a sequel to this. I only watched the final quarter of this movie one day with my roommate Liam, roommate and friend. He was watching it when I came home one day from hanging out with a friend, and from what I watched, it was enjoyable. Here's why I said Annabelle, because we have Annabelle and Annabelle Creation. So type in Annabelle, Aliens, Come Play, which is based off a short film called Larry, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I don't think it says it here, but it is. But it was based off a short film because the monster's name is Larry, and find it on YouTube. It seems like the concept is really good of a movie. I don't want to spoil anything about it. I haven't watched it yet, but I don't want to spoil it either way. The short film or that, which I haven't watched yet. I'm tired. Daybreakers, underrated vampire movie. I really like it. It takes the twist there. It goes with vampirism being a disease instead of like a curse, and that. The Dead Don't Die, an anthology movie with a star-studded cast, and then the final one, Dr. Sleep, which I only bought because it's got my boy Ewan McGregor. Now let's see what the grand total is. Oh my god, that's a lot of movies. And we haven't even covered the anime, shitty movies, and video game movies yet. How many have I not seen out of all these? Oh my god, I gotta start watching my movies. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to become a time traveler today. Links to all my social media are in the description below, as well as Helios. If you don't know what Helios is, it's my clothing brand. If you want to support me, you can support me through Helios. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and until next video, I'll see you in the future. Bye guys.